The October 15th, 2025 Land and Facilities Management Committee meeting is called to order. Sorry for the delay. Computer still not working. Roll call, Mr. John.
Yes, sir. Mr. Henry LaFault?
Here.
Mr. Aaron Wright?
Here.
Ms. Marion Fertitta?
Here.
You have a quorum?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item 2, domain architecture, to receive a report from Ingrid Williams on Hurricane Ida projects. Ms. Williams, thank you.
So Golden Meadow re-roof project, they have said they were substantially complete or sent in a request for substantially complete walk, but we need them to, we requested that they ask the roofing company for both the mod bid and the metal roof to come and do their inspection first, and after we receive that, we'll do our final walkthrough and move into substantial completion and wrap that up. Golden Meadow 4, 5, and 10, they have done they're waiting on one part of the cow wall to be installed at the gym, and then we have a little bit of work left, but the majority of it is wrapped up, and we're almost substantially complete on that as well. And then the new larger project, they have demoed all the T buildings, and the band building has been removed. They have begun bringing in a little dirt for the surcharge, working on that for the new addition. So, and they've started a little bit of demo in building 2. So we're going pretty good on that one.
Any questions for Ms. Williams? Thanks for taking care of my alma mater over there.
Oh, all right, yeah.
We missed you last month. Glad to see you.
Good, thank you. Good to be seen.
Item B, to consider a change order request for the Golden Meadow Middle School demolition and campus improvement project.
Yes, the recommended action is to accept a change order request in the sum credit of $216,000 to remove the scope of work for alternate 2 for the Golden Meadow Middle School demolition and campus improvement project.
So move Mr. Wright, second Mr. Tito.
Ingrid, do you want to explain what that alternate was?
That was for
The roofing.
the roofer removal, yeah, for the removal of the roofer work that we had included just in case,
Kind of like a
didn't
plan
wrap
B
up.
to fall
We had a
back
plan
on.
B, yes. We had a plan B, and we included it in the large campus renovation project just in case, Hubs was unable to complete their work. So, they are able to finish, so we are getting a credit back for that to just use elsewhere or put back in the bank.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Be no further discussion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Being no opposition, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Item 3, Salas O'Brien. Item A, to receive a report from Doug Dorsey on the HVAC replacement project at Cutoff Elementary. Ms. Dorsey.
Good evening, sir. The contractor has sent in a request for extension change order, no cost change order for the project to try to reconcile. We have issued substantial completion on the project, so it's basically reconciling the dates of the contract to make sure that we can close out the project properly. He has, with regards to the construction, he has received all of the equipment, all of the electrical, and everything's operating. All we have left is we have started the controls and interfacing with the front office of the school board. That is not complete, and test and balance, making sure everything has the right airflow and water flow. That is ongoing. We have issued substantial completion with a punch list and dollar values associated with that. So until they finish the punch list, we'll continue to withhold monies. But for the most part, project was very successful project, very good project.
Thank you, Mr. Dorsey. Any questions for Mr. Dorsey?
I'll just say it's a very solid design. If any of y'all are in the area and stuff there's a noticeable difference now when you're on that side of the school, the air quality, just the way it feels, everything in there. So thank you, Doug.
Came out very well. I appreciate the opportunity to work with you.
Item B, to consider a change order request for the Cutoff Elementary Fan Calls Unit Project.
Yes, sir. The recommended action is to accept a change order request to add 28 days due to unforeseen equipment delays to the Cutoff Elementary fan coil units project.
So moved, Ms. Matias, second, Mr. Wright. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Being no objection, the motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Dorsey.
Yes, sir.
Item 4, Gossen Holloway Cortez, to receive a report from Justin Cortez. Item 8, to receive a report from Justin Cortez on the St. Charles Elementary School Classroom Addition Project.
Good evening, board members. Status update on St. Charles Elementary School's classroom addition project. The total contract percentage paid and pending, we're at about 83.36%. With excuse me, percent of time elapsed is about 96%. They are closing in. They're in the home stretch of completing the building, so they're anticipating having substantial completion next month for that, so they can possibly do a move in over Thanksgiving break. And then they'll be submitting to me and John some information on how they're going to finish the rest of the project, which is a good bit of site work. They've got a lot of paving left to do on the backside. That modular building's got to come out. So,
Including maybe asking for days, right? Because
Yeah.
it may make more sense to do some of this groundwork during the summer.
yeah,
Right,
so
the school
we're going to work with
been
the
through
principal
a
to
lot
figure out
to
what's
get
the
where
best
we're
time
at.
to happen.
Let's kind of let them get settled in, let the contractor get all geared up, and then this summer, the plan is to blitz it out if we can.
So the major things that are going on site right now, the contractor's turning on permanent power. The building's been being conditioned. All the casework has been installed throughout the building, and the cabinetry, all the trim work's being finished. Roofing system has been completed and is being reviewed by the roofing manufacturer, so that way we can receive the warranties and any punch list items they have. Sprinkler system, above ceiling rough ends, all the plumbing has been completed. Marker boards, tack boards have all been installed throughout the building. All flooring in the classrooms and the offices has been installed. They're waiting on doing the corridors, which they should be doing shortly. Suspended acoustical ceiling grid has been completed, and they're putting in the ceiling tiles currently. About half of the building's complete. And then the contractor has completed pouring all the structural site slabs associated with the building exits and entrances. But like I said, they still have some site work to do after the building's complete. I think we had some photos if y'all want to. If not, that's fine too. You don't have any? Okay, all right. So, well, maybe next time.
I passed there today and there were so many construction trucks. My mom was with me and she said, "Oh, they must have a function going on." I said, "No, Mom, they're working on building up."
That's right.
Any questions for Ms. Cortez? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Item 5, Sherry and Bruce, to receive a report from Daniel Bruce on various repair projects. Mr. Bruce.
Good evening. We're going to start from the south and work our way north. Golden Meadow Lower Elementary School, the contractor has been substantially complete and they are working on punch list items. He has indicated that he's done most of the on-site items and we're waiting on his paperwork, closeout documents, red line drawings and whatnot to close out the project. So we're moving right along on that one. South Fuchs High School HVAC project, they're still working in the 900 wing, prepping for receipt of HVAC fan call units, which should be arriving at the end of the month and should be on site at the school by mid-November for them to begin install. As soon as they finish the 900, which is the second floor, they'll drop down, reconfigure with the school and start working on the 800 donut corridor downstairs and continue their work progressing through to try to get it finished. Their scheduled completion date is July of 2026. We did have some discussions yesterday that they're probably going to need more time just because of the logistics of doing the work. We are vacating South Fuchs High School during the summer so they can try to do a blitz on as much as they can do. But just the challenge of working with the students, they'll always have the school. They'll never not allow them to have instructional time, but just to get it all done in the 18 weeks or like 6 weeks of summer nowadays. It's just not going to be able to be done at South Lafourche High School. So they're going to progress, and we're going to continue to monitor how they're moving along. And then the fact that they're just getting equipment here. So they already lost the first summer, so now they're going to try to get it all done, and we're going to manage some sequencing with the school and try to get them as much space when they can give it to them. So they're moving right along. So lastly, is any questions on South Lafourche or Golden Meadow? The transportation center, we have a new aerial drone. So we have steel skeleton progressing on the building, and they were in the process of pouring the front apron, which is the last of the concrete scheduled to be poured. They still had a little bit of work of concrete to pour. This was last Friday. So that is now complete, and now we should start getting a skin on that skeleton in the coming weeks. So they're on schedule. I think they have a February completion date currently. We see no reason to believe that they can't not finish that building on time. And just for a little bit tidbit, so where the buses are going to park, you can see the concrete trucks driving along. There are no significant ruts, divots. So we have loaded concrete trucks that are driving on that limestone pad. So that's a good sign that the buses can park on that without any hindrance. So again, we're coming right along on that project.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce. Any questions for Mr. Bruce? Thank you, sir.
All right. So have a good evening.
Thank you, Dan. Item 6, the Planis Design Group. We received a report from Blaise Dufresne on various repair projects.
How you doing?
Okay, so I guess the first project I'll talk about is the hurricane repairs to the multiple sites. Right now, the roofer has completed or is currently working on the remaining of the roofs. I think he's completed the roofs for the most part. He has just a few areas where he needs to put trim or gutters at some of the roofs at the sites. The rest of the work is done except for some flooring in some areas and ceiling tiles, I believe. And I think that they are waiting on a school break for access to those classrooms and things to change the flooring in those areas. So we do have a couple of change orders on this, I believe. And in those change orders, they are requesting some additional days, which is going to bring them to, I believe, the beginning of December. So they're planning on doing that interior work during the Thanksgiving week. That's what they're looking at. So, any questions on that one? We have the Central Lafourche and Thibodaux High School Fieldhouse roof replacements. Contractor, talked to him today. He's anticipating mobilizing and getting started at Thibodaux High School at their fieldhouse next Monday. He's going to take approximately 3 to 4 weeks to do that work, and then he's going to move to the Central Lafourche site and work on that. His schedule shows that he's still within his time frame for construction. And then the last one we have is the Central Lafourche Auxiliary Gym repairs. Right now, we visual received. It was approved at the last board meeting, NACAS. So they have contracts in hand, and I'm expecting them to return those to us, I think this week. We'll get them to the school board for signature and then schedule a pre-construction. So.
Any questions? If not, we'll move to item B. Consider a change order request for the Lafourche Parish School District multiple locations project. Mr. Sheremy.
Yes, sir. The recommended action is to accept a change order request in the sum total of $6,011.15 and add 24 days to the Lafourche Parish School District multiple location project. The breakdown of this is $4,609.65. Install limestone at South Lafourche High School. This is for the ROT temporary shooting range that is inside some container boxes. whereas FEMA's gonna pay it, we'll just have to make sure to remove it after. That is not a permanent upgrade, but we'll have FEMA reimbursement on that. $1,401.50 to remove and replace ceiling tile in the conference room at Child Nutrition Center. Then we're looking at adding 14 days for the limestone work at South Lafourche and 10 days for the ceiling tile work at Child Nutrition.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So moved, Mr. Wright, second, Ms. Petito. And I'm assuming these are the change orders you were referring to? Okay. Any questions, any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No opposition, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Dufresne. Item 7, Castellanos Goodwin Pudley Engineers. Item A, to receive a report from Robert Pudley on various repair projects. Ms. Dudley.
Good evening.
That one, sorry.
Just a brief update.
They put a switch on me.
Yeah.
A brief update on a few of our ongoing projects. We have the hurricane repairs to Galliano Elementary Annex Building. This project's in the closeout phase. All punch list items have been completed and clear lien has been received. We've sent recommendations to the contractor's final payment on this one. Second, we have sanitation piping at South Lafourche. This project is also in the closeout phase. All punch list items have been completed. Contractor's waiting on their clear lien. Once received, we can close this one out as well. Next, we have boiler replacements at 3 sites. So it's this building, WS LaFog, and LCO. We're wrapping up the design phase on this one, and we'll be providing a preliminary set of construction documents for review later this week.
And then what was the scheduled deliverable when? The 14th is when we're hoping to bid, to open bids on the boilers, November?
November 14th, right, yeah, next month.
And then we'll make the committee in November, and then we'll be able to do a notice to proceed in December. And again, these boilers are working, so.
This is being proactive.
Right. They're aged out is why we're replacing them.
Any questions?
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon.
Item 8, Earl Flores Positary, receive report from Andy Positary on various hurricane repair projects.
Good evening, everyone. I've got 3 projects that I'm going to report on tonight, all just for informational purposes only. So just to bring you up to speed on a few of the things that are going on. The first one is going to be the demolition of Bayou Buff Elementary School. This is really still on the list only because we're going through the closeout process, just completing everything. We actually completed or stopped the clock, I'll say, back on August 8th. And so I am waiting on a credit change order proposal from the contractor. So I'm still holding this open to report to y'all. I'll come back. It'll be November's meeting with a credit change order proposal and a couple of extra days just from a delay that Entergy caused us and some rain days from back when it was raining a lot at the end of July. So other than that, we're just kind of running through the closeout process on that. The next project, same site, is the new school at Bayou Buff Elementary School. Of course, we received bids on that a while back, signed contracts on everything. We held our pre-construction conference last week on the 8th. Thought it was a pretty good meeting. This is a new contractor, not only for us, but for the school board too. It's Taylor Enterprises of Louisiana. And so I thought it was a very well-run meeting on their part. I'm starting to get a few submittals in. We'll do a notice to proceed starting on November 3rd. And the reason for that is because we wanted to make sure we had health department approval in hand and all of the permit process completed before they hit the ground running. But they are starting with some submittals and some of the early pre-mobilization paperwork, I'll call it. And so that went well. The last project is the Central Lafourche Thibodeau High School roofing project. This one, as I continue to report on, is well over a year into liquidated damages, but there was some movement in the last 30 days, which hopefully gets things going. Back in September, we had what we were hoping was going to be a substantial completion inspection. We rejected the products that they were using to coat the steel that's out there. And so after some back and forth and some coordination with Mr. Sheremy and with Pat Amade, we actually sent Cotton Commercial a letter on October 2nd, notifying them that we were terminating the contract and that the owner was going to finish the work. And so we're still going through that process right now. Cotton wants to finish the project, so we have given them 3 conditions by which to meet in order to remobilize on the site. Currently, there's no work taking place until we get those 3 conditions resolved. Really, the only one that's outstanding is you guys, the school district is going to hire an independent third-party coding inspector so that we can have what I'll call a fair and impartial review of the product that Cotton's putting down. We'll also have the manufacturer's representatives involved in that too. So once we get that third-party inspector signed up, Cotton will mobilize back on site and hopefully finish the work in a much more timely manner. They did not contest the liquidated damages in their last correspondence from the attorney. So we'll see where that goes, but that was one of our conditions as well. So anyway, that's my information only report for tonight. Any questions?
Do you have an estimate on the liquidated damage?
I'll tell you, as of my report that's in your folder, it was $361,600. It continues to rise at a rate of $800 a day, including while they're demobbed off the site right now. That was another condition.
At minimum, we have 2 more months of work.
Yeah. It'll be significant.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Item 9, Badu Engineers. Item 8, to receive a report from Michael Badu on the Lafourche Parish Stadium repairs project.
Good evening. As you know, the project received board approval, so we're in the process of finalizing contracts and other paperwork. We'll have a pre-construction meeting shortly as well. We anticipate issuing a notice to proceed sometime in November, which with the project schedule would put anticipated construction completion in June of 2027. Again, one of the first orders of business will be to issue a change order that would eliminate some of the work, the line items, and bring that cost down.
I might be in favor of that change. Any questions, guys? All right, thanks, sir. Item 10, All South Consulting Engineers to receive a report from Bob Bernard on the Hurricane Ida recovery status. Mr. Bernard.
Good evening. All right, we had a short list. The list has gotten short. And you can hear from the others in the back, the previous architects and designers, that things are starting to finish out, right? We're getting close to closing out a lot of these miscellaneous projects. So on the FEMA side, all we have really left pending FEMA, other than some cost issues, but really the big ones are the Sheridan ROTC, which we're getting close. We got good movement through the FEMA process. It's cleared CRC, which means it also went to EHP. All these acronyms I know, but that just means the ball's rolling. And now it's in peer review for Sheridan ROTC. So the ROTC building, again, is 50% or FEMA 50. So we're going to be able to build that back at construction costs. So whatever the bids come in, that's what they're going to reimburse on the ROTC. Here they're going to give a cap number, and that's what we're working through right now to find out what that number is. I think both of these are good news. Okay? Any questions on that one? All right, Building 500, Daniel already reported on the pre-bid for the demo package. The 50% for this one is what we're trying to get FEMA to agree to, is still in the works. So that's in CRC development right now. They're looking at it, which again is a good thing because they could have told us, no from the beginning. So the fact that they're looking at it is a good sign. Okay. That one we're hoping 2 months. Get some movement from that one, and then we'll find out where we stand after about that time period. All right, and then under construction on the FEMA project is the press boxes. So that's rolling. Do we have pictures? You have them included? we jumped to that right now. So that's, started. That's the Central Lafourche, the framing. So they started that. Pilings obviously were driven some time back. So that work is going, gonna keep going. This is a different view of that one. Not a very big press box, but that's what they had before. So it'll fit two people comfortably.
It's way more substantial in its engineering and design than before.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah,
the same
yeah.
size.
It'll be around for a while. So, but again, we had to go back like in kind, so that meant same square footage, but it's still gonna, serve the purpose. Hauling at South Lafourche High School, they were waiting on some submittals to come in. They finally got that to be able to start the foundation, so that work is gonna start next week. Then we include this, that's the girls, even though it's not a FEMA project per se, we gotta cap them out, right? That was given to them to do this, and Rundle Shipyard has, I think, donated some resources, well, I know, to get this project done, right, for the dollar amount that FEMA gave for this one. So that's the concession stand. If you go to the next one, that's the inside of it, obviously, and then they have a restroom that's, gonna be a restroom that's gonna be added, right?
The Grand Isle Shipyard's help, we really improved
Yeah.
that situation there. Before, I think it was just a basic little building before, that was kind of their concession area.
It looks bigger when you from the inside than it does from the outside.
And a bathroom, which is nice to
Which
have.
is real good for softball.
Then that's the surcharge. Ingrid mentioned that, which is the sand field that's coming in. They probably have another 5 feet to go. They're about at grade right here. And then the settlement plates are put in to monitor the settlement over time, and that's what they're going to use to evaluate the rate of settlement, and then let us know, or let the contractor know when they can start building. Hopefully we'll get it done quicker than 6 months. And that's just the opposite view going the other way. Okay? Then to go back up, we have the schedules updated. Again, we have a few projects we're trying to close off in gray. We're getting close. And then everything to the right will be remaining. So we're getting there. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Benoit. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving on to new business, to receive a report from lead accountant Shasta Chasson with reference to an ongoing project budgets.
Good evening. The 2017 bond has a total referendum of 19.9 million. The total budgets for the projects are 19.9 million. We have actuals and encumbrances totaling 17.9 million. For the 2021 budget, the total referendum is 53.9 million. The total budgets for these projects, I'm sorry, it's, the total referendum is 53.9 million. I don't know if I said that, sorry. The total budgets for these projects are 53.9 million. Actual spent to date with encumbrances total 47.1 million.
Any questions for Ms. Chasson? Thank you, ma'am. Item B, to consider a 3-year lease with the Virtual Academy of Lafourche, Valve, for the rental of the LPSD building located at 190 Johnny Dufresne Drive, Raceland, Louisiana, 70394. Mr.
Yeah, the recommended action is to accept the lease. This is to relocate them from they were before at the Raceland Middle, Tops building in the back, and this moves them into the Central Lafourche Tops building. And we do a 3-year lease at the, I think it's 64 cents a square foot, I think what we were doing before. There's some additional green space that they didn't have before that is also included in this lease.
The prior to this, Val was at Raceland Middle School, now they're behind Central Lafourche. That's the only change.
Okay, so move Mr. Wright, second Mr. Teeter. Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. I believe that's the last item of business. to come before the committee with that. Meeting is adjourned.